Well, guys, this is JRTV. I want to do a real reality breakdown here at the theaters here, box office, collection of people getting together on their buses. Good atmosphere. But we want to, what we really want to do is we want to express some things. Firstly, that the idea of men have for quite an amount of time, men have let me just catch this scene here. Very cool scene, very cool action. Good timing. So, like I was suggesting, men have, over the course of time, they've said unfriendly things about talking about women's breast size and that, and I'd like to suggest that the same phenomenon has occurred towards men, namely being body shaming men for having penis size or that they want to talk about, and the reality being that as we know, penis size is consistent with whatever vagina size is, number one, and number two, let's say in consideration of pornography and everything, that some people want to get into that. Some men and women want to be involved in quick sexual encounters, and maybe there's money involved and whatnot, but that's as long as it's something that they're doing with consent, right? Fine. But it's important to consider that you have people, you have well, fuck, where am I? You have people who also, they reveal themselves. So here's a mantra. I want people to reveal who they are. I want people to reveal if they're promiscuous, slutty, not marriage oriented. Yeah. And then obviously you wouldn't want to be with those people, right, if you are inclined towards marriage. Looks like we got some action coming over here. Let's see what type of action we got. We had a delivery going on. Yeah, I think you get the gist of what I'm suggesting, though. What we're trying to do here, guys, is express truth. That's what I'm doing. And the way that occurs is realizing that certain people are body shaming, or certain people have their preferences. So how do you navigate different people? Well, first of all, you have to set boundaries. I recently read this, not my concept, but useful. Just as people make property lines, you need to say, this is my property, you can't step in it, you can't talk about certain things towards me. Sometimes we have to placate and tolerate and deal with people. I've come up with this idea that if people offend you in the workplace, maybe what's useful is to just it's like an hour fine. Like if whoever person offends the other, I do an hour fine. But the most important issue here is it's again making reference to the previous recent videos. I've delved into this idea of that it's actually a cowardly action to just pursue short-term relations, because on the upside it looks like, oh, maybe you have some variety in life and you get to whatever experiment. But dude, I mean, people know what they are and they know who they are, and don't want somebody to not like you. Like, don't wish or hope somebody will like you. Only your dream mate. That's why I have this idea, right? If somebody asks you if you're available, represent that you are available for your dream mate. This is a powerful place to be, because really it capitalizes upon the Christian theme of wanting to be no intimacy until marriage, and furthermore having the patience and strategy in order to wait for the right person. So if I might add to that, I might say, what's my technique then? Well, first you have to determine if you want children or not. If you do, wait until you're financially poised to have children. If necessary, wear a marriage ring, like that's my idea. And then, you have to look at people. Some people realize some people will want to seduce you, so but other people you just have to respect and realize that you would only want to seduce them if you didn't care about them. So that's the prostitute paradox, right? Now, you might be surprised that I'm always making references. It's like reading, say, a verse in the Bible over and over. You read it because it's what you like, it's what you want in your life, and you want the programming in your mind. So I conveniently make it in a video format here, little walkabouts. But what I must say is that we have choices in life, and this idea of freedom, it's not freedom to do whatever you want. It's freedom to that you actually get to choose what's right and what's really what you would choose if you could choose anything you want. Like, for example, right? Let's say I might say something like, if I had money, I would do this, that. Really, if I had money, I would just continue what I'm doing. I would continue doing my DJ, promoting myself in that. All these other elements of this entertainment and website insights that I do. And I would also want to invest in certain of the people that I deal with, because sources of knowledge, like some of the work I do is just with the interest of garnering knowledge from whatever the source is. So it's not exactly that I'm trying to it's like I'm not trying to necessarily earn income expressly, because I can afford, since I live outside, I can afford to be more artistic in my approach to things, and the luxury of seeking situations, jobs, and persons. And by the way, when you work with people, say you hire that supervisor for you. Never say, oh, I work for a boss, blah, blah. It's like saying you have a parent and they're your authority. That's what it's like. Would you say this person's my father 100 times? That's a question for you to ask. And I always throw a lot of subjects out there. I hope if there's any questions about them, people do make some comments, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like if you I don't know, I just have these different perspectives on the thing. By the way, I just launched DJSupertropics.com. Check it out. Shit talks about my wanting to have dance floors segregated from gender, so that there isn't a physical intimacy between the dancers, and there's an emphasis on the dance, not some type of drunken seduction and, shall we say, lack of self-control. That's what desire does to you. Sexual desire can do that too. You know, don't underestimate the ability of your desires or other people to seduce you. So always be masturbating regularly. Don't let, you know, that way that desire, that energy doesn't, get energized over you. But for now, I will say aloha. Thanks for tuning in.